Let's do a feeding of the tanks. Let me show you how I feed, what I feed, and in what volume, and why I do it that way. Let's go ahead and go all the way around and feed these guys. Don't let the container fool you. This is actually a combination of a lot of different kinds of food. There is Sarah in here, but there's also Northfin. There's some bug bites. There's cichlid protein. There's veggie. There's all types of stuff in here mixed in, and some Sarah. There's even, I think, maybe some Sarah community. I mean, there's just about a little bit of everything in here, and this is a very key staple for all my fish, except the smallest ones who can't handle a pellet this size. But we'll start here in the 300 gallon. When you're feeding very aggressive fish who are very good at attacking food, there is a pecking order, so you have to really be sure that you get to all of them. And so what I do is I'll hit each section of the aquarium will get hit with some food, starting here with the middle. Then I go over to the far right corner of the tank, far left. I just want to make sure everybody has a shot at it. Otherwise, the smaller, less dominant fish are not going to be able to eat. Let's give them a little more. They love this combination of stuff. It's a lot of variety. A little more over here, a little more over here. The 210 gallon gets the same treatment. All three sections on top are opened up. And this is going to give all the fish, including the more shy ones like the Nicaragua, an opportunity to get at the food. Let's see how high the Oscar will come out to get some food. He's a jumper, and he'll jump up all the way up to about midway out of the tank. So you got to watch out. He will latch onto your finger. You're not jumping today? Okay, I'll just drop some in. Looks like a lot, but it'll be gone in a few seconds. A little bit on this side. Some way over here. Chocolates get a shot at it. Big vieja. I've got some special circumstances here in the 90 in that I have to really make sure that I drop some food right over this guy, because I think his eyesight is not good, this albino Ochart. I think that resulted in the loss of some of the other Ocharas, but this one is a more aggressive eater. But I've just got to make sure I drop the food right over him, so I sort of entice him over to where I'm going to be feeding. And he's gotten really good at getting where the food is. I have a little hole here, and you can see the severum's already hitting it. That's my main concern, making sure that he's getting food. Everybody else is really good about it. Look at that little feste, so cute. Everybody else is pretty good about going after the food. But I've just got to really make sure, keep an eye on this one, make sure that he's able to get some pellets in his mouth. I'll also drop a pinch of food at the back, right here in the opening. And that kind of helps the Congos and the Buenos Aires tetras to get a little bit of food as well. I'll feed my new redhead tapajos pellets. and flakes. And because I've got plecos in here, I'll also drop some pleco wafers. But you can see here they love the same pellets I gave the cichlids. The same combination of pellets. And what they don't eat, the plecos will go ahead and chomp up. I'll also drop some of these pellets into this tank with the clown loaches, and 3 younger redhead tapajos. I'll put some flakes in there too. This crazy tank here with 100 bushy-nosed plecos, dozens of snails, a shrimp, and some little fry. They get a combination. I give them some of the pellets because they're high protein, and the plecos will go after them. You'll see the swarm start to converge on them. I also feed them some of this Northfin fry starter, and that's for the little guys that you see darting around there. I'll put it in the water and then just shake it around a little bit so it starts to sink, and they all have a shot at it. There's about 5 of those, and I still don't even know what they are. Just sort of magic fry that appeared, just like the red shrimp out of nowhere. You can see the pleco starting to converge on what I dropped in. It's truly a feeding frenzy. To make the frenzy more exciting, I'll drop a couple of these wafers. These are those Northfin pleco wafers, just so they totally lose their minds. I'll also put a pleco wafer in here, maybe 2 of these plecos here, and I'll put a wafer in here because I think the little clown loaches, they like wafers. I'm pretty sure the geos peck at them too. The red tear gets a pinch, just a pinch of some of these pellets. A little shy with the light on, but he'll eat them. He also loves the freeze-dried shrimp and freeze-dried tubifix cubes, like from Aquarium Co-op. Just something a little extra I always give him, and he'll go after that. He'll realize it's there and attack it like a shark. My planted aquarium gets a combination of food as well, and I'll give him some of these flakes. This is not just extreme. This is actually a variety of flakes. Some of Cunningham's flakes, some veggie flakes. Just a whole mix. Again, you can see just a whole bunch of different stuff going on in there. And so I'll give them some of this. Now I've got some fish that like to eat on top, and some fish that prefer to eat down low. And I also crush it up a little bit because I've got those little embers in there, ember tetras. They're really small. They need a smaller food if they have to have a chance at it. These 24K White Mountain minnows, they like to eat off the top usually. Everybody else gets it from all over. But I have to make sure that some goes down, or else, like the neon tetras, won't get at it. So I'll stir it around on the surface so the neons can get down there and get it. And the rummy nose. There's an assortment of Cory cats and plecos in this tank. They're just sort of hiding under the bright lights that I'm filming with. But for them, I'll go ahead and also throw in some of these Northfin wafers. I also get them from Sarah. There's 2 types. There's a bigger type, that's the Northfin, and then there's the Sarah wafers. Little Otto loves them. Those are the things I feed these fish. Like they get cucumber and zucchini. They get bloodworms. The big cichlids get frozen krill, the African cichlids, and the South Americans get bloodworms. These fish, all the fish really get bloodworm treats except the African cichlids, but these will get bloodworms. The krill is exclusively for the African cichlids, the frozen krill. That's usually just their treat. I don't give them bloodworms. Well, that's a full feeding. I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions or comments, go ahead, note them below. I'll try and answer them. And my two tips are use high quality food and use variety. And you'll get the best health and color and vitality out of your fish. And that's mostly what I operate off of. And always be aware that of how the fish are eating, making sure that the less dominant fish have a shot at the food. So spread it around if you have to, or even target feed over the fish that you feel needs to get at the food more easily. All right, so there you have it. Thanks for watching, my friends. I'll see you again soon.